Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a little prediction video today. It's going to be my prediction on the BPL team of the season, which we honestly have no idea when it's coming out because EA keep delaying it. Well, they have to bring out like the most consistent team and then all of them ones before the actual BPL one. So I thought if I do this now, then obviously it's in advance of when it does come out. And just to pre-warn you, I did actually write all of these stats down last weekend. So I think I've done it up to sort of like game week 36. So to start off with, in goal, there is no one other than, well, that I think deserves it more, to be honest, than David De Gea. He's made 91 saves throughout the whole season, keeping 10 clean sheets, and he's pretty much been Van Gaal's first choice in every single match that he's played. Yesterday he did have to come off due to injury in the last 15 minutes, which got Victor Valdez on the pitch for like the very first time since joining. But he's played unbelievably well. Like some of the saves that he's made, he even got save of the season for that save against Everton from Oviedo, which like right at the end of the game. He just flew across his goal, tipped it over the crossbar. And yeah, I am a Man United fan, but I just genuinely believe that De Gea should, be the first choice keeper in the team of the season. Moving on to left back, we are going with Ryan Bertrand. Now, he was on loan at Southampton at the start of the season, but then halfway through the season they decided to make it permanently. So I think, to be honest, for both sort of parties, that's a very good move for Southampton and the player. Bertrand played 33 times for Saints this season, getting 2 goals and 2 assists, so it's not, too shabby. He's come into the role that Luke Shaw was playing last season, and they're both, decent left backs, both good at getting up and down the pitch. And yeah, I mean, he's been, first choice left back all season, and yeah, he's done pretty damn well. Next to him at centre back, we do have his teammate and captain, Jose Fonte. Now, again, he's been an ever-present in the Southampton team throughout the whole season. He has played 35 games, not scored this season actually, which is quite surprising, and he's got the 1 assist. But again, he's been quite consistent all year, leading his team. I mean, Southampton were second in the league for quite a long time. So, like the togetherness that they had in that team was pretty damn good to be able to maintain that level of consistency. The next player in the team is definitely going to be John Terry. He's probably been the best centre-back in the whole league this year. Just been outstanding. He's played 36 games, so that's every game. Scored 5 goals this season from centre-back, and he is the highest scoring defender ever in the Premier League. He's broke that record against Leicester, I think it was, when Chelsea more or less won the title. But he's just unreal at centre back. He'll just put his body on the line just to make sure he blocks a ball. Really wish he was still playing for England, but unfortunately he isn't. At right back, we are going with another Southampton player, that is Nathaniel Klein. Now, he has played 33 games, and he's got 2 goals with no assists, which again is quite surprising because he's a good attacking right back and loves to get forward, but he is also good on the defensive side of the game. That's where some fullbacks do lack. They might be very good going forward, but not so good on the defensive side, which is what they are there to essentially do. But yeah, there's rumours that he may be coming to Man United, but he may also be signing a new contract at Southampton. Being a United fan, I would really enjoy seeing him play for us, but we'll just have to wait and see. But Again, he's had a very solid, consistent season, helping Southampton, be second for quite a long time, but they have just had a little dip in the second half of the season. At right midfield, guys, we do have Alexis Sanchez. Now, this guy has had an unbelievable first season with the Gunners. He has played 32 games, scoring 16 goals in the league and getting 8 assists. So that's, from a wide area, that's pretty good. I don't think he's actually played like properly up front. Like he's been out on the wing, so coming in from those wide areas. So to get 16 goals from like a wide position is very good, and then obviously 8 assists as well, showing that he's not that greedy. But the work rate and like the running that he does in a game is just unbelievable. I mean, like he'd be really good for any team with that sort of work rate. In the first central midfield spot, guys, we do have the former Arsenal captain Cesc Fabregas. He has played 33 games, scoring 3 goals and getting 18 assists. Now, I have seen a couple of other videos, and if he was to get 3 more assists or 4 more assists in the last 2 games, he would break Thierry Henry's record of assists. So I mean, that would be a great achievement for Fabregas himself. He's been like, he's just such a good ball playing midfielder. He'll like get the ball down, give off the easy ball. He can pick those long balls out. He's got so many assists for Costa this year, and yeah, he just has to get a team of the season card really. Next to him in the central midfield, we do have his teammate and midfield partner Nemanja Matic. He's played 1 extra game than Fabregas, 34, scoring just the 1 goal and getting the 2 assists. But to be honest, he's not really there to get the goals and those assists really. He's just there to break up the play. And like throughout the season, if you've watched him, the amount of ground he covers, like he will go on some runs like forward sometimes, but like if he loses it, I mean, he'll just make up the ground, get back just to win it back for his team. That's where Chelsea have like really worked so well this year. Like all of their players worked really hard to get the ball back as soon as they lose it. But like him especially, he'll just literally, and like the fullbacks, if they go forward, he'll just literally cover them. And yeah, nothing really gets past him. On the left hand side of midfield, guys, we do have Eden Hazard. Now, he did get PFA Player of the Year, and he's played 36 games, scoring 14 goals and 8 assists. Similar stats to Sanchez on the other side, just 2 less goals. But again, Hazard, he's really lit up the Premier League this year. His dribbling, like he keeps it so close to his feet, it's so hard for defenders to tackle him. A few of his goals have come from penalties, but with like someone like Costa on the pitch, you'd obviously think he'd take them. But Eden Hazard does get the responsibility, which is always good, and he's still only young, so he's still got plenty of time to improve and become a good player. Whether he stays at Chelsea, for the long run is yet to be seen, but at this moment in time, he's a very, very good young talent. This guy, could not really miss out on the team of the season. Diego Costa has been unbelievable for Chelsea. He has only played 24 games though, which I was very surprised about. Injuries have hit him throughout the season, but in those 24 games he scored 19 goals, and he just got off to such a good start from that first game against Burnley. He just literally carried on scoring goals, and he also picked up 3 assists. For a sort of target man striker, that's not really that good, but as long as he's obviously putting the ball in the back of the net, I don't think the other Chelsea players would mind him not getting those assists. But for a target man, he should be getting a few more assists in my opinion, but hey ho. He loves a little physical battle, Diego Costa, but sometimes he needs to just keep the lid on things, because one day he'll just blow it and just get sent off. Next to him up front, we do have none other than Sergio Aguero. He has played 31 games, scoring 25 goals. Now that is bloody impressive. And he's also got 7 assists to go with those goals. I mean, he's just like, the main Man City turn to when they need goals. I know he notched a hat-trick a couple of weekends ago against QPR, which did relegate them, but you know, he's just got a bit of everything. Aguero, he's got speed, he's got power, he's got pretty decent in the air as well. He's got, I believe he can use both feet quite well. He scored quite a lot of goals with his left peg. And I think it was back in like December, he just tore Bayern Munich apart on his own, scoring another hat-trick. So yeah, he's done very well this season, little Sergio. Right guys, on to the substitutes, and we do have Thibaut Courtois. Now the only reason I would just put him on the bench, but I think he does deserve a team of season card, don't get me wrong. But the only reason I'd put De Gea in the starting lineup is because he obviously has like a lot more to do, because Chelsea's like whole team is just sort of solid, especially the defence. But like when Courtois does get brought into action, he obviously does do very well. But you know, De Gea doesn't get caught out from like 68 yards by Charlie Adam. Just want to put that out there. But Courtois has played 31 games and made 72 saves compared to De Gea's 91. And Courtois kept 2 extra clean sheets with 12. Like, he's a very good keeper. What is he? 6'6", so he's very tall. But yeah, you can still get love from the halfway line. Moving on to the next player, we do have this one. Maybe a little bit of a surprise to some, but I personally think that he's had a very good season, consistent season, and that is Aaron Cresswell at left back from West Ham United. He has played 36 games, so been ever present in that West Ham team. On the left hand side, he scored 2 goals. One of them was an absolute belter of a free kick. I think the other one was against Liverpool in a 3-1 win, and he's also picked up 4 assists, so he's very good on the offense and pretty solid on the defense. Again, West Ham were like, I think they were like 4th for quite a while, or like between 4th and 7th, and then again they've just sort of like dropped off, like Southampton have really. Like, they both started so well and they've just dropped down. But Cresswell's been a consistent player, I think, for West Ham this season, so I think it'd be nice to see him get a team of the season instead of like Leighton Baines, because obviously Baines gets one more or less every single year. But now, like, the guy was playing for Ipswich like last year or a couple of years ago, so like to step up to the Premier League and do that well in the, like, your debut season's pretty decent, pretty damn decent. On the bench, we do have Harry Kane. Now, again, couldn't really leave this guy out because he has played 32 games, scoring 20 goals and getting 4 assists. I don't actually, if I'm correct, he didn't actually start the season off like up front for Tottenham. It was like Adebayor and Soldado. Kane started playing around like late September, October time. First goal I remember him scoring was a free kick against Aston Villa, and then since then he's just, you know, bagged goals a game just for fun. I think he did score a hat-trick against Chelsea as well, which was to give them their 2nd loss of the season. But again, similar to a few of the other players in this squad, very hard worker for his team. He's not scared to, you know, come back and help out the defence. And he's been made captain a couple of times for Tottenham as well when Lloris has been out. But, you know, he fully deserved his England call-up that he got. And, you know, he just proved that he was a goal scorer by scoring in like 40 seconds or 38 seconds, something ridiculous like that, when he did play for England. And to be honest, he's got a very bright future ahead of him. Another player on the bench, guys, is Yannick Bolasie. Now, he does share the first name that I do have, but they're spelled completely different, but that's not important. Bolasie's played 32 games, scoring 4 goals and 6 assists. Now, for a player that's, you know, got so many tricks under his belt, I'd like to see him maybe get a few more goals, maybe hit double figures next season. If he is obviously still at Crystal Palace, I think there may be a few clubs keeping a close eye on him, very interested in bringing him to their club. he's got such good pace about him, and he can take on defenders. He can play anywhere, sort of like behind the striker, and I think he could probably play up front if like you needed him to. But I mean, he's just so quick, and like he could, if you don't watch him carefully, he will just go past you. So yeah, I think he definitely deserves a team of the season card, and it would be a very good card as well. Right guys, another player that I would like to see get a team of the season is Ander Herrera. Now there's not really anyone proper that stood out apart from De Gea for Man United this season, but Herrera's played for 24 games, again been hit by injury a little bit, and there was a few sort of weeks that he didn't get picked, he was just on the bench. That was when I think like Carrick and Daley Blind were both fit and Rooney was playing midfield in that like 3-5-2 bollocks that we played. But he scored 5 goals and got 4 assists throughout the whole season. But the interesting thing is that he did actually score yesterday, so he does have 6 goals. But he has only had 7 Premier League shots on target and he scored 6 goals. So like only one of his shots that have been on target hasn't gone in. And if you ask me, that's pretty damn impressive. But, you know, he's Spanish, he knows how to pass. He's not like a long range passer, but, you know, if like, it's all about keeping it simple, and he does that quite well, I find. He's a good little box-to-box midfielder, especially since we've been playing this 4-3-3. Like, the two sort of central players have been like the key in getting the ball sort of backwards and winning the ball and getting it up there. And like, he's not scared to put in a tackle either, little Herrera. So it'd be nice to see him get a decent team of the season card. I think he'd have very good stats. Another midfielder that I would like to see get a team of the season card would be Gylfi Sigurdsson. He's played 31 games, scoring 6 goals and getting 10 assists from midfield. Like, Swansea have got a very good team and they play very attractive football. Quick passing, good possession play, and most of it on the attack does come through Sigurdsson, who plays just behind the striker, which is normally Gomez. Like last season, like he was really good with Wilfred Bonney, and the start of this season, until he moved to City. But again, like involved in 16 goals from midfield, pretty good. And like, if he did get a team of the season card, he'd be one to get for like your set pieces, your free kicks and stuff like that. But you know, all in all, he's a very good midfielder. The last player of the squad we do have, guys, is Charlie Austin. Now, he's played 33 games, 17 goals and 4 assists. You know, unfortunately QPR have gone down, but I mean, they haven't really played, you know, the best that they could have, maybe. I don't know. But Austin's always been up there, scoring the goals for him, trying his best to, you know, keep them up. Like 17 goals for a relegated club is pretty decent. If he had a team of the season card, his shooting maybe around the 90 sort of area. But I think there'll be a lot of Premier League clubs, maybe a couple of European clubs perhaps, that will definitely be interested in him. And like, whoever buys him, no doubt about it, will have bought a goal scorer into their team. Right guys, so that is gonna be the end of the video. This is just a starting team that I'd pick out of the lot, and then the players on the bench. You can feel free to let me know in the comments if you think that someone else should maybe be in there instead of someone else. There is a couple that I already know that maybe could be, but no, these are the ones that I'd like to see. If you did enjoy the video, guys, make sure you do drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.